Now, from one embarrassment, we go to another one, and that is Tammy Sytch. Tammy Sytch was back in the news this week. I was hopeful that we would not have to hear this woman's name mentioned again for the next 39 years or whatever she's supposed to be locked up for. And there was, in my timeline, Tammy Sytch mentioned yet again. And the reason is she is trying to get an early release from prison. Not like an immediate release, but she's trying to severely curtail her sentence. The Volusia County Clerk of Circuit Court updated the court record for WWE Hall of Famer Tammy Sytch on January 13th, citing that Sytch sent the following letter to Judge Karen A. Foxman, who presided over her November 2023 sentencing to prison for 1 count of DUI manslaughter, 1 count of causing death while operating a vehicle with a suspended or revoked driver's license, 4 counts of DUI causing injury to a person, and 3 counts of DUI causing damage to property, requesting a change to her sentencing. In the letter, Sytch was attempting to get her current 17-year prison sentence changed. What did I say, 39 years? I meant 2039, I think, is when she's getting. She should be in jail for 39 years. She's attempting to get her current 17-year prison sentence changed so that instead of serving the sentencing for each charge independently, she would get to serve the prison sentences concurrently, allowing her to exit prison well before her currently scheduled release date of September 23rd, 2039. She's currently sentenced to 17 years plus another 8 years of probation. In her letter dated January 3rd, Sytch said the following. During my incarceration at Lowell Correctional Institution, I have been attempting to make the most of my time by reflecting upon my crime, while also striving to be a positive influence on other inmates. To that end, I have recently graduated from the Culinary Arts program with a certification in culinary arts, which also includes Serve Safe certification. Most recently, I have become a teacher's aide in one of the GED classrooms. Helping others to realize their academic potential and earn their GED is something I have found to be very fulfilling. Additionally, I have been chosen by Dr. Kuehl. Cool. Right? How else would you say that? I have been chosen by Dr. Cool. I'm sorry. This sounds like a wrestling name. I have been chosen by Dr. Cool. Is this being reported by Wessel Votes here? The director of education at the prison, to speak with the youthful offender inmates as a voice of reason. Oh boy, Tammy Sytch is a voice of reason. I feel bad for these kids. He has asked me to do a series of lectures and discussions with these young ladies about how prison has helped me gain a new life perspective and about the importance of not reoffending once they leave prison. Beyond my education and vocational achievements, I am also regularly attending Alcoholics Anonymous meetings and am being seen regularly by mental health counseling sessions, or for mental health counseling sessions. I have also begun making plans for my life after release from prison. My former business attorney, Stephen P. New, has offered me a job in his office as a paralegal and has also offered me free housing while I am getting on my feet. I have been inspired by the idea of working with the youthful offenders while I am here, and I would like to continue to mentor youths once I am free. Therefore, I plan to visit high schools to talk about the dangers and consequences of drinking and driving, in hopes of helping the students to make better choices than I have. I am extremely remorseful as my actions led to a loss of life and grieve for my victim's family and friends. I am dedicated to changing my life for the better and to being a positive light in any community in which I live. I desire to serve others in any way possible, and in particular will strive to help young people avoid alcohol and destructive decision-making. I pray this honorable court will grant me grace and mercy in their consideration of this request to modify my sentence by running the incarcerative portions of my sentence on count 1 and 2 concurrent, or issue whatever relief this court deems appropriate. In case you need a refresher, this woman had an open bottle of vodka in her car when she was arrested 3 years ago after killing someone with said car. At the time of that crash, she did not have a valid driver's license, and she had already been arrested multiple times in 2 other states. Just in case you forgot. She submitted that letter to the judge on January 3rd. On January 14th, Judge Foxman denied Tammy's request and said, defendant states that she is remorseful, and while at Lowell Correctional Institution has graduated from the culinary arts program, that she has become a teacher's aide in one of the GED classrooms, and that she has been chosen to speak to youthful offender inmates. Defendant also includes in her motion her housing and employment options when released. The court acknowledges defendant's efforts, but denies defendant's request. And that ends that. Nice try, Tammy. She's lucky she wasn't given a life sentence. I ran out of fucks to give about this woman a long time ago. And I'll say this, everything she wrote in that letter, it sounds great. You know, I mean, if someone's going to be locked up for that long, I would hope that they can try to turn their life around and try to be a positive influence on other people. I think all of that stuff is great. I hope for her sake that she does get her life in order. But she can do it from inside the walls at Shawshank. She should not be out on the street amongst other people. And one last note, I'm sorry to report, Bob Uecker was not the only famous name who died this week. Filmmaker, writer, and actor David Lynch passed away on Thursday at the age of 78. He died of complications from emphysema. That'll happen when you start smoking at 8 years old and you smoke for most of your life. His film Mulholland Drive, that seems to be the one that gets the most praise from people. I've never seen it. And he was also the man behind the 90s TV show Twin Peaks. I definitely remember Twin Peaks when I was a kid. I never watched it, but it aired on ABC. I remember the ads for it. I can't really speak to the man's body of work, but I thought I would share with you this very heartwarming tribute from Lance Storm on his Blue Sky page upon hearing the news. Watching the news coverage of David Lynch's passing, I'm not sure I've ever seen anything he ever did. Not a film, not a single episode of Twin Peaks. Maybe there's something, but nothing they mentioned in the piece. Less than an hour later, he posted again to let everybody know, just to confirm. Ran through his IMDb writer and director credits. I have not seen anything that he has done. Hits you right in the feels, doesn't it? Very moving tribute, indeed.